What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Therapy, where I, Chase Lee, talk to you as my audience, the therapist, about a movie that I've seen, and let's just have a genuine conversation about it. And who knows, maybe if there is a movie that I'm on the fence about, maybe by the time I get done with my conversation, I can land to a conclusion. Who knows what's going to happen? This is all in real time. I have no idea where my thought process is going to go, but thank you for taking the journey with me. The movie I want to talk about right now is Cha Cha Real Smooth. Now, this one comes to us from Apple TV Plus, and it hits their service this Friday, June 17th, if you want to watch it regardless of what I'm about to say. So it's written and directed and starring Cooper Raiff as a young man who works as a bar mitzvah party host that strikes up a friendship with a mother, played by Dakota Johnson, and her autistic daughter, played by, what was her name again? Vanessa Berghart. I hope I pronounced that correctly. That is your story right there. Also, Leslie Mann is in it as Cooper Raiff's mom. Great casting, by the way. Anyways, going into this, I was looking forward to it quite a bit. Cooper Raiff, to me, is a filmmaker who is just now getting started, but also has established so much with the two films that I have seen from him that I cannot wait to see what he does for his third film, and I also can't wait to see when he blows up and he becomes such a household name that he can't do films like this anymore. I think he actually, I take that back, he probably will, because he seems like the type of guy to me that seems very genuine when it comes to like wanting to make just smaller films and smaller stories and connecting with people on that level and not having to spend like $20-30 million. I think he's just that type of filmmaker, which is awesome. I want to see him just dominate the indie world. And so, with his previous film, Shithouse, that is the actual name of it, Shithouse. What a fantastic little movie. Please, 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 after you get done with this review, check out my review for Shithouse. And if you aren't convinced by then, just go watch it. I think that is an explosive first film. I think it was his first film, and it knocked me on my butt. Like it was like a modern Before Sunset, like Before Sunrise, that type of feel. It was just over the course of one night, two characters genuinely just trying to connect, trying to find some type of meaning in their friendship or relationship. I don't know. There was a lot of just life to it. And it was just all two people having a conversation over the course of one night, getting into certain scenarios. I cannot express to you like how much I love that movie. So going into this one, high hopes. I can tell you right now, this one is just as good as Shithouse, maybe even better. I have no clue. They're both great. I can't even compare them. Like, they're just that good. And so what I really like about Cooper's approach to storytelling, he doesn't make anything grand. He doesn't make anything epic or large scale. What he focuses on are characters first, script second, and delivering that story as best as he can. And the reason why it works is because all of his characters are written very naturally. They don't feel like they're characters that were written for a page. Like, they feel like real people, so you can connect to them on a more intimate level. So when you're watching them, you have more of an emotional connection with them, and so you're along for that journey with them. So when they're like discovering things about themselves, or when they're going through the ups and downs of a relationship or a friendship, like, you feel all of that, and he understands that. Like, that's how you get people. It's not, we don't have to like have this like gigantic action sequence to evoke any type of emotion. You can have something as small as this, and it really is just something powerful, because you can see yourself in these characters, and you can see other people that you've met in your life in these characters. Like, that's where the relatability comes in. That's where the connection comes in. And so Cooper understands that from a story perspective. And having him being in his 20s in this film, and he's also in his 20s in real life, and have Dakota Johnson a little bit older in her life, experiencing a little bit more, they're on two different paths in their lives, and they kind of come together. And I generally think like they were soulmates. They really were. It didn't have to be on a romantic level for them in this particular instance. It was more on a friendship level, and that's just as powerful. And so they were on two different paths in their lives, and they were both still trying to figure stuff out. So it didn't matter if you were in your 20s or in your 30s or 40s. People can still figure out their lives. It's not, you have to figure it out in college and like after that you're done. It's like, no. He was coming of age as a 22-year-old, trying to figure out his life, figure out what his identity is, figure out where he wants to work, what his personality is. Like, he's still forming. And Dakota Johnson's character is just more of like, she is an established person in life, but she's still trying to figure out like little things as well. And so they kind of rely on each other to kind of for that support. And I really thought that was such a sweet, endearing, and just charming relationship. And they dabbled a little bit romantically, and there was a lot of love there. But by the end of it, it's just like, it was just a really, really, really strong friendship. And there was something just really just nice about that. And I really liked the way Cooper wrote the entire thing. It's just, it feels like just a genuine thing that would happen. Very just raw and kind of realistic, to a point where you're just like, man, I really want these characters to be together. But that's not how life happens sometimes, and that's okay. And so I thought that was also one of the things that he, put in his script, is that just because they have like this, attraction towards each other, it doesn't have to go down that route. Like, you can have like a strong friendship and make it work. So yeah, I thought their connection was just quite lovely. I loved every single second of that. But also, like I said, from just a writing perspective, like, he knows how to write characters. He knows how to write dialogue and make it feel natural and make it feel kind of organic and not feel like they're reading off a script. Like, there's definitely beats of improv. There's definitely beats of emotional weight and conversation between two characters that just feel like a conversation that you would hear yourself talking with another friend. Like, it just, he understands dialogue, and he understands character and arcs, and he really understands emotional journeys within characters, and so that's why he's such a fantastic writer. And as far as his director side of him, he also just knows how to craft a really good movie. Like, he's not like a visually like potent director yet. He, like I said, he relies more on story, but like the way the story flows and the way that you get so invested with each character's personalities and like their scenarios, like, you are just on this ride from start to finish. And so the way he directs the story, you have to understand, like, a screenwriter and director, two completely different things. But if you can do both side by side, that's an impressive talent. And he can do both. He can make an engaging story that feels really smooth and just really tightly paced and like, just a really investive story. And then he can also write it on the page as well. Like, you can really feel the emotion on page and on screen. It's just, I don't know. He's just a really special filmmaker. And I think he's going to go places. I can't wait to see him blow up. But yeah, what a fantastic relationship movie. It really is. And also, it's not just between him and Dakota Johnson. Also, Dakota Johnson's daughter in the movie, Lola, played by Vanessa Berghardt, she was wonderful as well. Also taught Andrew, played by Cooper Raiff, a lot of things about life. And she was younger than him. So this is a film about people looking for purpose, looking for, I guess, meaning. And the important thing is, like, we can all search for that in our real lives, and I think connecting with other people helps us understand that a little bit better and helps us get there. So having him interact with, like, Dakota Johnson's character, Leslie Mann's character, who, by the way, him and his mom have a wonderful relationship, made me cry, and I was like, probably should call my mom the next day. It was that good. But yeah, it just, everyone's interaction with one another, there's purpose there. And there's meaning there. And so, once again, this goes back to how well written the script is. But I loved his kind of relationship with her daughter as well. Really just striking a wonderful friendship in that arena as well. I don't know what else more to say. The performances are fantastic. It's well written. The story's engaging. The relationship is warm. It's relatable. It's, I don't know, like you connect to it on such a deep level, even though on its surface it looks like this small little indie film that's not going to do much. But he is a fierce filmmaker and he is a fierce storyteller. He knows how to tug at the heartstrings in all the right ways. Cooper Raiff is here to stay. Please, please, please check out this film and check out Shithouse. You will not be disappointed. And he's also a fantastic actor as well. Really just kind of charming, kind of loose in the way he performs his dialogue and his body language. Like he just feels like he's in the moment. Like he doesn't feel like stiff or anything. Like he's in the scene and he vibes with it. I know it's not really a great way to describe it, but he kind of goes with the flow, and he just feels like an everyday person that you're watching, and that's why I think he's just really relatable on that level. So yeah, and everyone else's performances are great as well. Leslie Mann, Brad Garrett, even with the short amount of time that he has, like everyone makes an impact. I love it. So Cha Cha Real Smooth on Apple TV Plus. I don't know where Shithouse is at. I'm sure, you can go find it, but I can't wait to see him blow up. And Cooper, if you're watching this, hit me up. I would like to interview you. I think you are a fascinating filmmaker in person, and I'm very much infatuated with your work, even after just 2 movies. So yeah, so let me know down below if you like Cha Cha Real Smooth, or if you loved it, you hated it, thought it was okay, whatever. What do you think of Shithouse as well? I think that movie is also worth your time. So please, please, please let me know down below. But that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee. Thank you for joining me on this session of movie therapy. Thank you for listening to me just ramble on incoherently about this movie, but I just am very passionate about this one. So definitely top 10 material of the year until something knocks it out. So yeah, so that will do it for this session, and I will see you guys for the next one. Bye-bye.